Coming up on Kochie's Business Builders, we investigate managing stress and all-important work-life balance. Catch up with Australian culinary queen Maggie and get a lesson from big commerce co-founder Eddie McCarthy. Welcome back to KBB. Today we're taking a look at a tricky issue faced by a lot of small businesses, getting work-life balance and handling stress. Really important stuff. Then it's off to Maggie Beer's kitchen for a look inside her business empire. But before all of that, let's get into some news you can use. Australians are spending more time online than ever before, with a recent Nielsen survey showing most of us lose almost a full day surfing the web every week. With the average employee checking their email 36 times every hour, that amounts to a huge proportion of wasted time. To battle the email drain, try committing to a regular schedule, only checking your inbox at set intervals. Also, set up filters that separate the important from the noise, and try to immediately action every email you open, not marking any for another time. And set a good example by keeping your own emails clear and brief so they're not adding to the problem. Teetotaler is an artisan tea business set up by Amber Hudson and Paul Sunderland. After initially selling at local markets, the hard-working young couple recently took the leap to set up their own shop. But now, running the business has left them with no time to live. To help them de-stress and get their work-life balance back, we sent in growth guru Linda Hailey.
So tell me about Teetotaler and how you got started.
Both myself and Amber just have an absolute love of tea, so we kind of just decided to start making our own blends. From there, we started selling at the markets and it just grew organically. Something a bit different.
We're just experimenting a lot, and it's just trying to show there's so many options with tea. You know, so much flavour profiles. There's the health benefits, and then we're just trying new brewing methods to say you can go home and just try and experiment with something new.
How do you find it working together?
Really about trust. Yeah. So he sort of trusts my creative ideas, and then I trust him when he says just step back, think about it overnight, and go on to the next day.
I think we've actually become a lot stronger together. I mean,
because you're life partners and business partners.
Yeah, and sometimes it's when we've done like pretty long nights trying to organise stuff, it gets a bit stressful.
You've started with a pretty complex business model. Are you a bit stretched?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just myself and Amber running the business.
So in terms of as you're operating your business, what you need to do now is to start thinking about what's retail, what are market sales, and what are wholesale.
Yeah.
If you can get enough wholesale clients that you know that every month there's X amount clicking into your bank account,
yes,
that's going to give you the stability to be able to do other things, because you can't control who walks through this door. You're really at the mercy of people passing by.
Definitely.
So I would say that the wholesale and market are your two key sources, and they need to be consistent.
It's just us at the moment, so when do you think we should be hiring staff to help us out?
With the market stall, you've got an opportunity to train someone up just on the market stall. So almost look for a couple of people that can perhaps back you up at markets to start with, then maybe start running the market stalls, then bring them into retail. So have you thought about what kind of hours you're going to open here?
We're thinking of going from about Wednesday to Saturday, opening the shop.
So a few people have told me if you're not open a few days a week in retail, it looks like you're not, trying hard enough, or...
That can be true.
That's what we're a bit worried about.
However, inconsistency is worse.
Yes.
As long as you set your hours and stick to them.
Yes.
That's the most important thing. In retail, you only get one chance.
Yep.
After the break, Linda shares her tips for balancing life outside the business.
This tip is brought to you by Shop Small Australia.
So Katrina, what is Shop Small?
Shop Small is a movement founded by American Express that encourages all Australians to get out and support their local small businesses. Government, big business, even some high-profile Australians are getting on board to show their support and to make Shop Small a real success.
So how does it work?
It's very easy. During the month of November, all you have to do is ensure you make a purchase every week at small businesses, whether it's a local cafe, your butcher, your local fruit and veg grocer. Every dollar counts, and we want to make sure to spread the word.
Sounds like a terrific initiative. What's the motivation?
Well, there are over 2 million small businesses in Australia. It's a large part of our economy. And our research shows that over 70% of small business owners are feeling forgotten. Shop Small is our way of trying to remind consumers that if they value small businesses and they want to see them thrive, they really have to show their support.
So who can get on board?
Anyone can get on board. It's really easy. Just make sure that you continue to shop in small businesses. The more people that get involved, the more successful it will be. And people can find out some more information at shopsmallaustralia.com.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Katrina.
Thank you.
For more information on how to get involved, head to shopsmallaustralia.com.
Amber and Paul have done a great job getting their tea business off the ground, but have found themselves with no time to enjoy it. Let's get Linda Hailey's tips for managing work-life balance at a growing business.
So you guys have got a hell of a lot going on.
Yes.
How do you cope with the stresses of it all? What are you doing at the moment?
Probably not really coping that well. We're just focused on, I mean, the last month has just been pushing to get open, and so we've just been kind of head down, go, go, go. Because we are kind of fairly unstructured, we're kind of just diving in, doing a bit of everything, doing one thing and switching to another. And so in our heads, it's all kind of getting a bit
all over the place.
Okay. A lot of stress is actually caused by lack of structure. So that lovely organic thing that you've got going is actually going to cause you more stress.
Yes.
So we need to let Paul go mad with his systems. Amber, you probably don't want to know about that on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah.
But you've got to look at it on a weekly basis
Okay.
or a fortnightly basis. Job descriptions in terms of saying who's in charge of what, so when things go wrong. Also some me time, and that might be time apart
I think
as
we'll
well
need
as
that as well.
time together.
Because we're always together.
Systematising everything you can get your mitts on, so that there's nothing left to chance. Do you know much about time management?
No.
Okay, if you think about all the tasks you've got to do, what you tend to do in your stage, in the startup stage, is you treat them all equally.
Yes.
So you need to schedule time for the important things.
Yes.
So Amber, if you're going to do sales, you might say, well, I'm going to do my sales on a Monday morning and a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
So you've got your urgent stuff, you've got your important stuff, then you've got your future planning stuff. So maybe once every 6 months, you actually spend an afternoon doing the future planning.
Okay.
As Linda said, it's about creating structure, looking for new staff when the business is ready, and scheduling in important tasks as well as me time. It's great advice. Don't forget you can drop by kbbtv.com.au for the full interview. Well, now it's time for Lessons from Legends, and this week we've got Big Commerce co-founder Eddie McCarthy.
Hi, I'm Eddie McCarthy. I'm the co-founder and CEO of BigCommerce, and today I want to share with you 3 things that I've learned while growing our company. Whenever we've reached a challenge or an opportunity that we wanted to take on, we've gone out and looked for mentors, looked for coaches, whether it be a business coach, whether it be a mentor, whether it be somebody who's done what we wanted to do before. And that's really helped us accelerate our growth and minimize our mistakes. The second biggest thing I've learned running BigCommerce is your business is made up by the people that you bring into the business. You know, people asked Richard Branson once, what's the secret to your success? And he said 3 things: people, people, and people. And I fundamentally agree and believe in that people make up your business and it makes up the company that you're trying to build. And finally, if you're a small business and you're not online, well, you absolutely have to do so. You know, there's no excuse this day and age. It's not expensive, it's not difficult. You really have to figure out a way, get yourself online, because your customers are there, your competitors are there, and that's where the world is. So they're my 3 tips.
Coming up, we talk business with branding maestro Maggie Beer. This tip is brought to you by Renault, driving small business.
In recent years, Renault has been fortunate to secure growth in a flat industry sector, supported by a holistic strategy map. Having a clear strategy can be hugely beneficial and doesn't need to be complex. Rather, a simple beacon supported by a map which allows the freedom to take one's eyes off the end of the bonnet and look view further down the road. Taking the time to escape the daily operations to work on the business and not in the business is an essential first step. Employ time to set a headline vision, mission and values. No need for motherhood statements, rather a pragmatic set of objectives. Then use these objectives to bring meaning and align all of the business stakeholders with a clear understanding of the specific actions of who will do what, when and how. Mapping progress relative to the strategic objectives maintains focus and should become a celebration of the success. And a strategy map shouldn't be inflexible. Without losing sight of the end goals, be prepared to review and adapt the plan as opportunities and risks present.
To find out more, visit your local Renault dealer or go to renault.com.au/business. Maggie Beer has built an incredibly successful food business out of the Barossa Valley in South Australia, championing local produce and sustainability while still turning a profit. Her brand has gone from strength to strength. We caught up with Maggie to find out how she's done so well over such a long period.
So, one of Australia's most iconic entrepreneurs, how did the Maggie Beer story get started?
Well, it never had a grand plan at all. It was one step in front of the other, and it was necessity in the first place. Necessity in that we were farming birds, pheasants, and no one knew how to cook them. But when I think of it, it was in front of my eyes the whole time, and I couldn't see when I was looking to see what I wanted to do in life.
So how have you handled the business side of things?
We've done it by default, the spreading of the risks, in that we're farmers first. So where everything is about looking to every piece of produce that we have, how do we make the most of it? And because I live in the Barossa and live the Barossa tradition of food, I absolutely don't waste anything. So I'm very much fixed in my region and thinking, how can I make the most of whatever I have to hand? I start every single thing, including the ice creams, in the Barossa. It's only when I don't have the equipment or the technology to expand to the potential of the customers' wants that I go outside of the Barossa.
And how do you identify your partners?
Well, that is the hardest thing, because the identification of partners there has to be a synergy on so many different levels. They have to be as passionate about the things that they do in terms of their brand, about their philosophy of what they use. It took us 5 years to find the partner we now have for our ice cream, because we were always searching for all of those issues to come together.
Mm-hmm. And how do you balance that sort of sustainability and core values with the profitability side of things?
Obviously, it's got to be profitable, or we're not in business, and we have over 100 staff. But if something is really important to me, then sure, I'm told we have to make so much to make it possible to do, but I will argue that this is such an important product that we take a lesser margin to get it out into the marketplace. There has to be a balance. I do not make all the decisions based on the bottom line, ever.
So Maggie, what are your brand values?
My brand values are about flavour, quality, provenance and sustainability and Australian.
Your name, your quality, your ideas.
Yeah.
How do you manage succession planning?
It is the question on our lips all the time, because the concept of selling my name is just, is abhorrent. No one else will be as particular and holding on to all the essences of everything that's dear to me. We are so tied up in every facet of it. It's very exhausting to be so on top of that. It's my world, it's my field. So the answer is I have no idea.
So Maggie, what are your top tips for small businesses looking up to the Maggie Beer brand?
You have to love what you're doing, you have to believe in your product, you have to know every single thing about it. You have to find solutions to be able to take it to market in a safe way, and you have to know that it has to have a point of difference.
Maggie, one of Australia's warmest entrepreneurs, thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks, Alex.
She's certainly built a formidable business, hasn't she? As we heard there, food industry success is all about finding the right business partners, making the most of each product, and knowing those products absolutely inside out. Don't forget, for all the stuff we couldn't fit in today's show, head to kbbtv.com.au. Coming up, another handy tech tip from Val Quinn, and I filled one of your best business questions in Ask Kochie.
The search for Australia's worst website is on. With 100,000 in prizes and digital makeovers to give out, we're going to change the lives of some Aussie businesses in serious need. And if you don't have the worst site, but could do with a better one, there's a prize for you too. Head to rescuemysite.com.au to get involved. This segment is brought to you by Shop Small Australia.
I'm Matt McCarthy, and I'm the owner of Inspirations Paint in Chatswood in the northern suburbs of Sydney. I bought this business 10 months ago. It's a franchise of approximately 120 stores nationally, and it's a franchisee-owned franchise group. It's a great team of people that work here, and that's one of the keys to the success. I love being in small business because of the freedom that I find it gives me in terms of, firstly, making decisions on things. As an employee, I struggled with making decisions. I always wanted to check with people and I was unsure whether it was the right thing to do. In a small business, you make a decision and that's that. And if it's the wrong decision, I'm happy to cop it. So that's one thing I like. And the other thing is time flexibility. I can go and take the kids to soccer practice if I need to, or I can, go for a bike ride, or, it's nice to be able to do that. And I think having, good staff is critical to being able to do that. This business is quite a robust business. It's been established for a long time, and we're very busy with trade customers. So we've got painters coming in here every day buying paint. Retail, on the other hand, is pretty poor. I think they either don't know we exist or they think not really sure if we're allowed to go in there. So I'm trying to change that and make it more retail friendly. So I've demolished the office, made this the showroom area that's visible from the street. So thousands of people in their cars hopefully will notice that there's a paint shop here. And apart from just making a more pleasant environment, because it is a bit old school and a bit tradey here. And obviously we'd love to keep our trade customers and we intend to do that. But if we can get some retail customers in here, that'd be great. And doing this renovation is one of the keys. The fact that our big competition, our big competitors have got such a big part of the market is a good opportunity for this business to get some of that retail business, get the DIY people in here. I think once they come in and realise that there's experts here able to help them, there's parking, there's all the products they could need, I can't see why they'd ever, go anywhere else. I was very busy and I was flipping through the mail and I saw a letter from American Express referring to a small business grant and in the draw to win $5,000, and I thought, oh, that's all terrific, but I've got to go. And then a couple of days later, I noticed $5,000 appear in my bank account, and I went and reread the letter. And it wasn't telling me about this competition, it was telling me that I'd won. And it couldn't have come at a better time, and it was fantastic. The grant has gone towards funding the renovation so the shop's looking how I want it to look. I think it's fantastic that American Express are supporting small business with Shop Small Month, and I definitely encourage people to support their local small business wherever possible.
For more information on how to get involved with Shop Small 2014, head to shopsmallaustralia.com.
It's Tech Tip time with Val Quinn.
If your business is making presentations to staff, potential clients, pitching to investors, then you'll need a great presentation software package. Prezi allows you to become the storyteller, showing your idea in context. You can zoom in on details and pull back to reveal the big picture. This puts the message in context and also makes it fun and engaging for people to watch. It's also cloud-based, so you can easily collaborate, edit, and share your presentations with your team, and you can present from your browser, desktop, tablet, or smartphone, and always have the latest version of your work to hand.
Our Ask Kochie question this week is from Simone via Twitter. Now, Simone asks, we're trying to develop our own business plan for a garlic farm we're looking to develop. That's terrific. Where's the best place to start? Well, Simone, planning is the first step in starting any business, so you're on the right track. You need to research the industry and competition and decide on a business structure, marketing strategy and goals. With this information and maybe some help, make realistic revenue and cash flow forecasts. Now, business.gov.au have free templates available, and your local business enterprise centre can also help with plans and also training. A well thought out business plan can help secure finance and convince investors to take you seriously. It will also help you to get a better understanding of what you're trying to achieve and the steps to get there. So even once you're established, set a reminder to review your business plan regularly. For some words of wisdom for starting a business, get in touch with KBB Coaching. The team there are on hand with the best advice you need whenever and wherever you need it. To get involved, go to kbbcoaching.com.au. So all the best. Next week on KBB, the secrets of crowdfunding and how to get it right. The family butcher success story behind Victor Churchill, and a lesson from Shoes of Prey co-founder Jodie Fox. But you don't have to wait until then. Jump onto kbbtv.com.au for extra lessons from legends, extended interviews and much more.